Welcome everybody to the Wake Up Call channel. Katy Perry has popped its head out of its coffin to grace us with its presence again. I say it because I'm not even sure if any of these celebrities, we don't know obviously what gender most of these celebrities are, but I don't even know if Katy Perry at this point is human. And Katy Perry has come out with a new album called 143. And let's start there, and then I'm going to show you this obsession that these people have with demonic entities and things on the other side. Because it seems to be the only thing they talk about. And then when you see the repetition in the pattern of portals being used, you start to say to yourself, yeah, what is this really about? So Katy Perry's new album is called 143, which is supposedly because it means I love you. It's internet slang for I love you. It's pager code for I love you. This is according to the articles that have been released on the number 143 and Katy Perry's album. And of course, we know about this love movement. Love, of course, is a deception that we're seeing right now because most people hear the word love and they think that it means tolerance, right? They read the Bible and they hear about God's love for his people, Jesus's love for humanity, love your neighbor as yourself. So they're pretty much starting to convince people that loving your neighbor means letting them do whatever they want. If your neighbor wants to come over and share your kids, he should be allowed to. You got to love them, right? That's what we're headed towards. And of course, we all know that this deception comes in the name of the Antichrist, because the Antichrist is going to come in the name of love and peace. And of course, it's not a surprise that Katy Perry loves the heart symbol as well. We've seen Katy Perry wearing the heart symbol. Of course, the heart symbol represents what? It represents Baal. The word for heart, as I covered during my Valentine's Day videos, which are, I probably believe they're long removed from here, but they are available on the website. The word for heart in the Babylonian language is Baal. That's what the symbol represents of the heart. It represents Baal. And for anybody out there that rolls their eyes and says that that's a crazy notion, does the heart inside your body look anything like the symbol of the heart that they show us? No, it doesn't. And what's the excuse for that? Well, how could they draw the heart to look like that thing, that heart, right? And of course, the heart is supposed to embody what? The heart isn't supposed to embody love, right? Baal worship, Satan worship, Antichrist coming in the name of love. So it's not a surprise, of course, that it means I love you, the name of the album. And let's just take a quick look at Katy Perry before I show you the big thing here with portals, which everybody needs to pay attention to. Of course, we've seen Katy over and over and over just have this sickly obsession with eyeballs. Now, I don't know if anybody out there knows Katy personally. Of course, Katy pretends to be Christian, pretends to come from a Christian household, promotes all the things that would be anti-Christian and anti-God. But one thing that we know about Katy, she loves eyes. Now, I don't know if she failed at optometry school, like I've mentioned before. Many of them apparently failed at optometry school. I don't know if instead of having a love for men or women, that Katy Perry just specifically loves people's eyes, that she dates people based on how their eyes look. I don't know. Maybe she likes eye boogers. I don't know. But I do know that she loves eyes because we've seen Katy Perry, right? Holding things over her eyes. We've seen Katy Perry wearing eyeballs on her shirts, eyeballs in the backdrop of her concerts, right? Katy Perry even putting her stinky feet up in pictures she puts on Instagram, letting us see eyeball rings on her toes, right? I mean, I could smell them from here. Feet smelling a lot like sulfur, but Katy Perry putting an eyeball in Katy Perry's mouth, right? Holding her other eyes. I mean, it's very interesting, isn't it, how many of these people seem to love that eyeball? You know, the one on the back of the dollar bill, of course, it's the all-seeing eye of Lucifer. Some call it the eye of providence. It's the all-seeing eye of Lucifer. So Katy over the years has shown us every single occult symbol that we could possibly imagine. I don't need to go into deep detail. I just showed you some of the most obvious ones, right? Songs promoting cannibalism, songs promoting dystopias, the reality that we're living in. Katy Perry is a puppet, hook, line, and sinker. And Katy Perry decided before releasing the news about the album 143, which is I Love You, said, sleep tight, for tomorrow the portal opens, along, of course, with the picture of Katy Perry holding up the 666 sign and showing us that a portal is going to be open and she's going to emerge out of the portal. Now, why is this a big deal? Well, you tell me why these people are so obsessed with portals. What is this obsession with portals and then telling people like us we're completely insane, right? Like putting out articles in the USA Today talking about CERN's not trying to open a portal to hell. Oh, yeah? What is it that they're trying to do? Well, they're trying to smash particles together and open a black hole. Well, what's in the black hole? Dunkin' Donuts? I mean, does anyone know what they're trying to get in the black hole? Are we trying to, are we trying to figure out who's going to win the lottery? I mean, what are we trying to figure out? Right? I mean, are they trying to predict the future? What is going on in the black hole? I mean, we can't be predicting the lottery since that's rigged, and I've covered that on the website as well, all through Freemasonry. The only people that win are people you don't know. But Katy Perry loves portals, just like CERN, just like everybody tells us we're nuts. You know who else does? Remember a couple weeks ago, Eminem released a new song on his album Houdini, which is based off of a Freemason. What was in that? Oh, it was Eminem entering out of a portal or exiting out of a portal, right? A portal from 2002 has opened in the city and Eminem comes right out. So I don't know if Katy Perry's working together with Eminem or if somebody in their PR team wanted to say, hey, Katy, probably shouldn't talk about portals. Eminem's talking about portals. And it's like, you're talking about the same stuff. This isn't artistic or creative. That's because none of it is artistic or creative. And if you haven't noticed what's going on with CERN and what's going on in some of these TV shows like I've covered over the last couple of months specifically, like Evil, another TV show, Stranger Things, the whole notion of the upside down based off of CERN, the machine you see in Stranger Things based off of CERN, right? 3-body problem. They're showing you what they're really trying to do. So when you look at CERN, okay, and I'll play for you the clips here so you all could see it and you could share this with people, right? CERN is supposedly trying to open a black hole. And we're all supposed to just go, oh, we're too stupid to figure it out. Sounds like science. We don't get it. Let's go play Pokemon Go and walk off a cliff while these people who are so smart try to open a black hole. And let's not worry about the dangers of it. They're just telling us it's really necessary, right? Then CERN puts out commercials of them which anybody with eyes would look at and say, yeah, that's a little weird. It looks almost like some type of ritual. Or in fact, CERN puts out a ritual, for those of you that never saw it, that I've covered. CERN puts out a ritual that they call as a mock ritual right out in front of Shiva the Destroyer on the property at CERN in Switzerland, where they're pretending to do a mock ritual sacrifice, right? But we're all stupid. We're all conspiracy nuts. As CERN releases a clip of them doing a ritual inside of a ritual circle and say that they're going to open up a hole, and then they show you arms coming out of the hole, which is clearly demons from the other side. So take a look at these compilation of clips that I put together so you can see just how obsessed they are with portals.
For over 100,000 years. You weren't so different from apes. How long did it take you to discover agriculture? It took you 90,000 years to get from hunter-gatherer to farmer. How long did it take you to become industrialists? Atomic power, computers, the information age. And how long do you think it took us to get from hunting to farming, and farming to industry, and industry to atomic power? We are going to kill your science. It's a proton. One we have turned into a sentient computer. The universe has more dimensions than the 3 we occupy, but we have the technology to unfold them. We summon energies you cannot imagine. Even a tiny proton becomes something very large. A proton has virtually no mass. To to the places where your best minds explore reality. Every civilization ends in chaos. There will eventually be a cataclysm from which we cannot recover. Our planet will be ripped in half.
Well, basically, there are parallel universes, infinite variations of it.
Like the Veil of Shadows.
And the tightrope is our dimension. And our dimension has rules. You can move forwards or backwards. The flea can also travel this way.
Upside down.
Exactly.
Is there any way for the acrobat to get to the Upside Down?
You'd have to create a massive amount of energy. Open up some kind of tear in time and space. You create a doorway, like a gate. It might even swallow us up whole.
Now, have you heard of the Garrow Research Facility?
In Long Island, the particle accelerator?
Yeah.
It actually splits the proton of the atom.
Well, you know more than I do.
Well, it's a 14-mile loop that accelerates electrons and protons close to the speed of light.
Local parishes in Ryland are protesting. The particle accelerator will open the gates of hell.
So the scientists, they want us to prove they're not opening the gates of hell.
What's that? Something that was filmed down in the particle accelerator.
Satan, help us open this portal. We deliver this sacrifice to you.
The Vatican is asking you to investigate and write up a report.
It's a prank, right?
Well, I don't know. That's your job.
They make that video, Doctor.
We're in a friendly competition with CERN, particle accelerator in Switzerland. They did a similar video making fun of the satanic panic about their opening. So what can we do to convince you we are not Satan worshippers?
I mean, it's just the name that the night ship calls it. B-33. On the proton collider, they broke through something. But there's something there. Something under the concrete. A creature. They dragged that woman into it.
That's where the beams converge.
Oh, and your safeguards.
The beams are accelerated around the loop at 13,000 revolutions per second.
Any concern about an uncontrollable black hole?
It's not going to happen.
I know. Just humor me.
If there's concern about anything, there's a kill switch.
So all those things show us is that there's a really sick obsession with portals and bringing things over from the other side. Is there not? Is there not? I mean, these are all shows, right, that are supposed to have their own plots, and they're talking about the same exact stuff. Just like Katy Perry is talking about portals. At the same time, Eminem is talking about portals. Now, who would ever think that somebody like Katy Perry, what are they talking about portals for, right? Katy Perry's supposed to be pop and corny and hee, right? Eminem's supposed to rap about who knows what people rap about anymore, drinking and everything else. They're just coming through portals, right? Well, every single TV show that's popular out there has the same theme, right? Three Body Problems, talking about opening up a black hole, bringing over what's on the other side, showing you CERN. Same as what? Same as Stranger Things. Nobody even realizes the plot of Stranger Things is based off of CERN. And then when you look up CERN, you say, all right, let me figure out what CERN's trying to do. All you'll find is articles about fact-checking and how CERN isn't trying to open up a portal and bring things over from the other side, right? Then, at the flip side of all that stuff, you hear about realms. You hear about the physical realm and the digital realm, which is really the spiritual realm. Then you watch all these shows that are promoted day in and day out on television about ghosts. There's a ghost in my house. Grandma's in my house making baked ziti, her famous recipe. She's come back from the dead. Ghostbusters every single month. Paranormal activity, right? But you're supposed to only believe that what? Ghosts are real if they're grandma and grandpa coming back to see you, or you want to believe that because you hear a sound in the night and you think it's your mom or your dad visiting you. Simple fact of the matter is that demons are real, spirits are real, and they're trying to summon these things and bring them over through a portal, as crazy as it sounds. Remember, the reality that we're living in, where we think all that stuff is insane, yet we constantly see movies promoting all this type of stuff, right? As if it's some creative thing that we want, to entertain us. Where the reality that we think we live in is all this stuff we hear in the news, which is all make-believe. All the stuff in the news is to manufacture your behavior and formulate you and then move you around and do things with you like a pawn in the game. Where all the other things that we can't even comprehend as reality are actually going on. So nobody could ever give us a real answer of what they're trying to do at CERN, which to me is one of the funniest things. If you actually ask people out there who claim to be engineers, or they try to tell you because they have a degree. So they have a degree and you don't, supposedly, or even if you do have one, you still don't get it. They don't realize that they're under mind control. And we're supposed to believe that all this money that's getting pumped into CERN, when they tell us about, we have energy crisis and all this and that, but CERN's allowed to just use all the energy, unfathomable amounts of energy to open a black hole. Wouldn't seem necessary if people are being forced to ration their electricity in places in the UK and places in Canada. We're telling you to turn the air off on a Friday afternoon when it's 100 degrees. But CERN is allowed to use the amount of energy that nobody can even fathom to do what? Shoot a hole into space? I mean, it's incredible, right? There's obviously an obsession with portals, and this is going to continue to get more and more normal. Because their plan is whatever they're summoning to bring over to this realm, and probably, of course, as we all know, use the alien deception, say that it's aliens and demons, but they're going to make it like aliens and demons come in the name, aliens come in the name of love, which are really demons. And I wouldn't be surprised if we have portals open all around us. To be honest with you, I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be surprised because they've already been setting us up for things like, the portal in New York, right? Go look at the portal and you could see in the portal in New York what's going on in Dublin. Who approved this? Why is this even in the middle of New York City? Who paid for it and who approved it, right? They're normalizing this stuff. That's what the music videos and the movies are for, to normalize it, desensitize you. And literally they'll open up a portal and people go, what's the big deal? Who cares? The more they see this stuff, they have no idea about how dangerous it is, the stuff that they're doing, as far as summoning things that they don't know about. I've covered this with the quantum computing and Gordy Rose, and that video is available on the website as well. When they talk about quantum computing, they don't know what it means. Like computing. It sounds intellectual. Computers, right? Real super fast ones. Okay. And he goes on to talk about chips and demons and how they're little entities. And you go, what is he talking about? Is anyone listening to what he's saying? He's talking about entities. Then he says that these entities don't like humans. And he's talking about computers and computer chips. But we're supposed to believe somebody just designed this. What did they do? They got a tweezers and a piece of metal, and they were just picking around with it, and they made a chip that went into your phone. This stuff is all spiritual, and nobody out there seems to get it because they can't think. And then when they find this stuff out or hear this stuff, they dismiss it because they're living in an alternate reality where they think this stuff is all make-believe. But the reality is, if they only knew that all these stories they hear about history, it's all fake. It's all made up. Moon landings couldn't be faker, right? Who you're supposed to like, who you're not supposed to like. And of course, and who's the enemy they always make in the eyes of society these days? God, right? Right? God's the enemy. And these people don't even see that all this stuff going on is spiritual. So Katy Perry's back. She's preparing you for the Antichrist, really. Even though people go, that's a crazy notion. Oh, yeah? You'll see. The whole notion of the Antichrist will be the Antichrist coming to save, bring peace. I love you, right? Tolerance, acceptance. While showing you come out of a portal. And we've seen Katy Perry do about a zillion different Illuminati, New World Order, all-seeing eye, eyeball symbolism over the years, right? Don't connect the dots with Perry and Eminem. Just think it's all normal and natural. That's what they want you to do. Just continue to go along with it as they're putting spells on you. Because this is nothing more than spell casting. And we see the obsession, obviously, but the whole notion of CERN being normalized in movies, television shows, almost every single day. Stranger Things is probably the most popular show out there. How many people out there do you think actually realize that they're referencing CERN with what they're trying to do and the things they're bringing over from the upside down? Probably 1%, if that, have a clue. They just think it's some artistic show where there's a hole and there's demons and there's an upside down. Nothing more, because they can't think any further than that. It's a shame. I thank everybody for being here. Share this video. Wake some people up. Hope you're all doing well. God bless you and your families as always.